Did you know that there are over 100,000 real estate agents in North Carolina? So let's talk about this a little more in depth. In order to become a real estate agent, the barriers to entry are relatively low. That's why there's so many of us. However, a lot of times when you have the low barriers to entry, you have high levels of incompetence. That is why it is so critical for you to understand how to choose the correct real estate agent before you buy, sell, or invest in real estate, whether you are an experienced buyer or it is your first time. You really need to have the right realtor on your side. But I just want to dive in a little bit further because I really want you to understand what you're getting when you hire me to be your realtor. Now, some of you have a go-to person, be it a family member or a friend. But of course, there's those of you who would rather not mix business with family or friendship, or you just don't know any agents. Now, choosing a real estate agent is step number one in the home buying process. So no matter what your situation may be, you've got to narrow down the 100,000 plus all the way to the one. I'm going to help you out a little bit by sharing with you 3 things to consider when you're hiring a real estate agent.
The right realtor will make sure you understand the process from start to finish. Knowledge is power, and your realtor should give you both.
You want to work with a realtor who empowers you and not just drags you through the process. And one of the things that I get really passionate about is empowering people to achieve. Whether you're ready to buy or sell today or 18 months from now, part of my job is to make sure that you have the knowledge and the tools necessary to get you from where you are today to where you ultimately want to be. The right realtor teaches, not just talks. So don't just settle for a salesperson. Choose a realtor who empowers you by educating you on the process.
Your realtor should text back, call back, and show up, period.
The next thing you want in a realtor is someone who communicates well. And in real estate, good communication is not a bonus, it is a bare minimum. And not only do you need a clear communicator, but you also need someone who communicates in a timely fashion. Things can move quickly in a real estate transaction, and you need to be aware of everything that's going on. So you need someone who is responsive, whether it's responding to your text messages, calling you back if they miss your call, or showing up for you when you need them. Inconsistent communication just creates a whole lot of unnecessary stress for you. And if your realtor's already ghosting you early in the process, can you just imagine what's going to happen when things get really tough or when it's time for closing? Rather than take that chance, just hire me. I will be present in the deal and in the details. No ghosting and no excuses.
A strong agent advocates, strategizes, and gets answers in pursuit of the best outcome for you. And if your agent doesn't bring all 3, then keep looking. Or you can just hire me.
Now, another thing that you definitely want is someone who's going to advocate for you, who knows how to strategize, and who knows how to find solutions. It's really about having someone who knows what to ask and who to ask. But also, don't be afraid to have a realtor that knows how to say, I don't know, but I'll find out. There is no such thing as one realtor who knows everything. I definitely don't, but I definitely do know exactly who to call. So when negotiations and deals are moving, I'm figuring out how to move smarter so that we can protect your interests and get the best deal for you. That's the type of dedication that I offer as your real estate agent. Your realtor shouldn't just be there to open up doors to properties. They should open up conversations and ask the hard questions. And you should always be able to tell whether or not a realtor is fighting for you or if they're just fighting to push the deal through so that they can get paid. So choose someone who always has your back and who's going to put your needs above their own. And the last thing I want to talk about that I haven't mentioned yet is experience, because experience does matter. But you should take into account a person's entire experience, not just their real estate experience. Let me explain what I mean. No matter what real estate agent you choose to hire, they are always going to have more experience than some and less experienced than others. So I wouldn't necessarily get stuck on the number of years of real estate experience that a particular agent has. I would suggest that you focus more on the skill set required in order to be a great real estate agent. There are a number of professions that translate really well into this industry. So if someone is bringing years of experience from a different field, that could potentially make them a stronger agent. So for example, I honed my leadership skills as a commissioned officer in the United States Army. There, I also learned how to be assertive. I learned how to make decisions. I learned how to adapt to change. Deploying to a combat zone made me feel like I could do anything, and being an airborne soldier taught me fearlessness. After I left the Army, I spent some time as a pharmaceutical sales rep, which taught me sales and negotiations. From there, I worked as a contractor for the military, teaching people how to use IT systems. Eventually, everything that I was able to learn equipped me to be able to start my own business, which I have run successfully for the past 7 years. And somewhere in between there, I found the time to earn a doctorate in business administration. So while I have less real estate experience than some and more than others, there are other agents that don't have the diversity of experience that sets me apart as an agent. So I'm just saying, no matter who you hire, there's always going to be someone who has a little more real estate experience, but don't count out someone just based on real estate experience alone, because in the long run, you might just be selling yourself short. So start strong by getting step 1 right. Hire the right agent. It sets the tone for your entire home